Yes, any moment now we're expecting the latest interest rate decision from the Bank of England's Monetary Policy Committee. Obviously, interest rates have been at 5.25% for some time now, and they have cut interest rates from 5.25% to 5%. That is the first reduction in bank rates since the pandemic. Big moment this for the economy. I'm just looking to see if I can get details on the vote here. From the Monetary Policy Committee. It was 7-2 last time around in favour of keeping interest rates on hold at 5.25%. Bear with me, Gareth. As soon as I get the Monetary Policy Committee update out, I will tell you it was a 5-4 vote. So, in other words, I would suspect on that basis that the Bank of England Governor, Andrew Bailey, has had the casting vote. 4 members of the Monetary Policy Committee voting to retain interest rates at 5.25%. Obviously, a lot of concerns here. I'm just looking at the minutes of the meeting now. The bank has also updated its projections for inflation because obviously we get the monetary policy report today as well. The bank observing here, the MPC observing, obviously, as I said to you earlier, headline consumer price inflation at 2% in both May and June, back to the bank's target rate. The minutes note here, earnings growth fell to 5.6% in the 3 months to May. Services inflation coming down. So the bank obviously satisfied there that inflationary pressures are starting to ease. In terms of the immediate policy decision, it looks as though the committee was briefed in advance on the July statement. That was the pay rises I referred to earlier from Rachel Reeves. It looks as though the bank has also taken into account sterling here, the fact that the pound has risen. The voting breakdown here then. Andrew Bailey, the governor, of course, as I say, he had the casting vote. He voted to reduce interest rates. Along with him, Sarah Breeden, another internal member of the bank. Swati Dhingra, she's been the perennial dove on the Monetary Policy Committee. She's been voting for rate cuts for quite some time. Also voting for rate cut, Dave Ramsden. Again, he's been voting for cuts in the last few meetings. And Claire Lombardelli, she's the newest member of the Monetary Policy Committee. This was the first time, in fact, that she voted. She has voted to cut interest rates as well. Voting against Megan Green, Jonathan Haskell. This is his last meeting at the MPC. Catherine Mann, who's often regarded as the most hawkish member of the committee, and Hugh Pill, the bank's chief economist. Looking at the meeting here, the reason that the Monetary Policy Committee has given these 5 members who voted for a reduction, they say they feel it's appropriate to reduce slightly the degree of policy restrictiveness. The past impact of past external shocks has abated, and there's been some progress in moderating risks of persistence in inflation. There'd been a normalisation in inflation expectations, which is something that the bank looks at very closely, and forward-looking indicators such as surveys on pointing to waning wage and price pressures. That goes on to say the recent strength in services inflation continues to reflect more volatile parts of this series. Although GDP growth has been stronger than the Monetary Policy Committee had expected, they think that interest rates, according to these 5 members, have started to weigh on activity in the real economy, leading to a looser labour market. Obviously, we've seen that slight pickup to unemployment to 4.4% in recent months. And it goes on to say here, though, Gareth, in the minutes, for these members, the decision was finally balanced. Inflationary persistence had not yet conclusively dissipated, and there remain some upside risks to the outlook. I think what you can take from that is that this might be the last interest rate cut for a while. I mean, the market is, as I say, pricing in another rate cut between now and the end of the year. But it looks like this decision was pretty finely balanced, as we've seen from that 5-4 breakdown.